Hello, my name is Voya and welcome to mydeepguide. And as I'm sure several of you already have noticed or heard, Boox has just announced the Gen 2 version, or 2 iterations of the Boox Go 10.3. So I thought to kind of record a really quick video here to go through the specs that they show us here, so that we see what we know, what we don't know, and that we can see what to expect, what to infer, and is this something that's exciting or not. So let's check and see what do we have on the Boox's website. We go through regular PR mambo jumbo stuff like thin, lightweight notebook, which it is, Go 10.3 was, and we can immediately see that it's sharing the almost identical housing. So we'll see if there's some finer changes to the things, but you know, all of the essentials look to be the same. We have the same type of narrow kind of strip here, although I can't really see Boox logo on the line, so that's a difference there. We have a USB-C for charging and data communication on the bottom, and the power button is on the upper left. I can't really see any other slots or anything like that, so it seems to be that it's the same thing. However, as soon as we start going through here, through the website, they have this kind of thing where it switches on the front light, and that is the first big addition that we have in the Gen 2, and that is that there's a Lumi version, there's a non-front lit version, Gen 2, and a Gen 2 Lumi, which is Go 10.3 with a front light. So that's an interesting thing to see for those who are interested in the front light, and I guess it will help with the popularity. I do want to commend Boox for actually offering 2 different versions of the device. Whether or not it has to do with what Kindle did with also offering non-front-lit and front-lit versions of their devices, I don't know, but I think it's long overdue, because Go 10.3, I fully agree, some people will use the front light more, but it's really, really nice to see that for us who don't like the front light, who don't prefer the front light, that there is that dedicated option, because physically there are differences when you have a front light in the display stack or not. So that's a nice thing to see. You have the standard dual color intensity and color adjustment type of a front light, so that's okay. Then we have thinnest paper lasts for weeks. Well, yeah, with the asterisk number 2. Let's see what does number 2 say. That's probably here on the bottom, and the 2 says the Go 10.3 Gen 2 series tablets can last for weeks in standby mode without any network or wireless connections. Okay, you got yourself covered here legally wise, because you have the googly legally thing. But lasts for weeks, I would classify that, considering, yeah, the number 2 provision that you have, that it's like in idle without any networks, that's the claim. It's not really specified here. I think that if you're gonna say in your commercial lasts for weeks, I think that it used to be the case before, in the olden days. It used to be the case that you would have 2 classifications. You would have typical daily use, estimated battery time, and then standby, estimated battery time. This is standby, estimated battery time is 4 weeks. So the bit of information that we don't have here and is effectively omitted or hidden, because not too many people go and read these asterisks, but you should. This is one of the reasons why you should. So last 4 weeks is referring to standby time not connected to Bluetooth or wireless or any networks indeed. So yeah, the real use type of thing we'll see once I receive the review unit and then I put it through its paces. So then we'll see what the realistic reflection of the battery life is. But that being said, my old Go 10.3 has the same type of 3700 milliamp battery and an older SoC, and that lasts really, really a long time. So there's no reason to expect that this one won't last as much, or maybe even better. Protected space, secure locking, file protection. File protection is Interesting. So protected space 5. Let's see, what do they say? Number 5, when you transfer files on your Boox device like Onyx Cloud, we temporarily store them on our secure server for you to download. We protect this process using end-to-end SSL. I'm sorry. I didn't expect this. I genuinely, I just like, when I saw that the page came up, I just kind of skimmed through it. I didn't bug them for the access to the press kit, so I genuinely haven't really seen any of this stuff. But for the secure file thing, I have issues with how these things are presented to the user, because if it says secure locking, file protection, and cloud sync backup, or especially file protection, that strongly indicates that the device is actually capable of those things. But again, as legally you've clarified, it has nothing to do with the device. It has to do with standard SSL encryption, which is basically your HTTPS format, which is standard and normal and kind of like a must for any type of service, especially a cloud service. To put that as a file protection thing, yeah, I would also classify that as misleading. So then we have essential apps on a calm canvas. Calm. I haven't spent much time reading through these. I forgot how much of a good time it is to actually read through these kind of marketing fluff things, especially now with the power of the AI, right? So now AI writes all of this, and at least we don't have grammar and typing errors and things like that. But now we have these things which are quite interesting on a calm canvas. Okay.
As your mindful second brain, the Go 10.3 Gen 2 series tablets bridge the gap between digital power and mental peace. Access your calendars, project management tools, and Go
2 apps? This doesn't say anything. Yeah, definitely the Boox logo is gone from the side here, but the rest of the stuff looks pretty much the same. All right, we got the same 64 gigabytes of storage. Yes, we got some more marketing fluff. No. Why? Why? What did the Go do to you? Are you seeing this? For those who don't know why I reacted like this, it's using the Active Pen, their new Active Pen, and InkSense Plus, granted, is a lot better than the InkSense, which was a piece of garbage that should be responsibly recycled as soon as possible. But the InkSense Plus versus what you normally have on an EMR device like the original Go 10.3 is like a night. You cannot compare the two. This is the thing that buries the product immediately. For me, at least. Like, this is DOA. Because if you're gonna rely on using that pen, you're stuck. Because you don't have... No. Oh, man. Because this is an active stylus, you don't have the option to change the pen. You can't use another EMR pen. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I really cannot believe this. Yeah, Go 10.3 Gen 2, both the front-lit and non-front-lit versions, is now working with an InkSense Plus pen, the USB-C rechargeable active pen, which is like an awful pen. All right, so then we have exact same design. Yeah, exactly. Dual speakers, everything exactly the same, except that we no longer have the Boox thing. I hope they refined the edges there that hold this, because that was sharp on the Go 10.3. And now we have finally the real thing, which is the comparison. So this is my good old Go 10.3 on the far left, right actually, and we get the Gen 2 non-front-lit and the Gen 2 Lumi. So all three have the same 300 ppi type of screen. advanced octa-core processor on the new ones and the octa-core processor on the old one. It's the same thing, it's just newer generation, so more efficiency and maybe more speed. No front light on these, dual tone front light on the Lumi. We have dual speakers on all of them, auto rotation on all of them, 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage on all 3 of them, same 3700 milliamp battery on all of them. Yeah, supports magnetic case, yes. Well, we got the InkSense Plus on the new ones, and of course the old one supported the EMR. One thing that's also really good about the Go 10.3 Gen 2 is that it's coming now with Android 15. So that's a very significant jump from Android 12, which is already like at the end of life, and we have the Android 15, which is basically current-ish. Not really current, but current-ish. Then we have Google Play Store. Yep, we got 4.6 millimeters retained between the non-front-lit versions, and the front-lit version gains 0.2 millimeters, so 4.8 millimeters. And it gains 4 grams instead of, so 364 versus 360 grams between the non-front-lit and front-lit Gen 2. But what's interesting to see is that they've improved something, and they're slicing off 15 grams off from the Gen 2 version of the non-front-lit Go 10.3 with the old original Go 10.3. So it's a little bit lighter, it has more efficient internals with the same battery, so you might expect the same or better type of battery performance on the new ones. The front-lit version is going to spend more because the front light, but I'm just kind of comparing apples to apples here with the non-front-lit versions here. We got Android 15 as an obvious advantage, and we have an support of the InkSense Plus as an obvious gigantic disadvantage for the Gen 2 version of these devices. The rest of the stuff pretty much looks like just an Gen 2 incremental update. This leads me to kind of have a question here, and that was not answered anywhere. The fact that every single device that came out from Boox so far that employed the active pens, so the InkSense Plus or the other one, I don't know what it's called, I forget the name on the Tab XC, they all had, they were paired with the devices that had super smooth screens, like really slippery and smooth screens. No paper-like roughness or anything like that, which is something that the Go 10.3, the original one, has. So that was an important point of the writing aspect or the note-taking aspect of the Go 10.3. Granted, a smoother surface is going to give you better clarity and crispness of the image quality, but it's going to be severely detrimental to the writing feel and everything else. If the Go 10.3 Gen 2, both versions, have that smooth screen and it's paired with the InkSense Plus pen, that is going to be a complete deal breaker, at least for me. I know there's going to be some people out there who are going to say like, oh, well, I'm fine, I'm just take a few notes and it doesn't matter. And that's fine too, then great, then excellent that you have a pairing that will suit your needs. But I also know that there's a lot of people who are looking, especially towards the Go 10.3 type of a device, which is like bridges the gap between portable and powerful enough to use and all of that kind of stuff. But they use it for extensive note-taking. And extensive note-taking with an active pen that's imprecise, really not responsive that well, with a slippery screen, that ends in severe hand-wrist fatigue. And therefore, you don't end up using the device. So that's the causality here, why the paper-like roughness of the surface is actually important and why the EMR pen is important. Because for certain portion of people, that is going to be the deal breaker and a determinator if they're going to use the device or not. It's as simple as that. So that's the Boox Go 10.3 Gen 2. We're going to have the non-front-lit version and the Lumi as the front-lit version. Android 15 Updated internals as in generational update, nothing other than that. Same battery, and unfortunately pairing with the InkSense Plus active stylus, which on its own is a bad thing already, but if it carries the implications of a smoother screen, non-paper-like type of surface of the screen, that's an even bigger concern for this device. However, I don't have it in my hands here, so I can't really attest to that, so we'll see. At this point, this is a very strong concern, but not an automatic deal breaker before I test it. Why? Because I know that it's technically possible to program the driver in such a way that an active stylus, of an SLI stylus of any kind of format, can perform really well. And Remarkable Paper Pro line of devices is an exact example of that, because their device and their stylus is also an active stylus, but they program their own custom driver and everything else so that they can actually get the best out of it, because the default stuff sucks and they know that it sucks. And I've talked to them behind the scenes how much work went into basically scrapping everything and starting from scratch to design and develop your own driver so that you can get everything that you want out of that technology. If and only if Boox has taken that route of completely rewriting and basically creating their own custom driver for their own pen, then the active pen and the InkSense Plus might not be a bad thing. It can be equally good as EMR, and in some cases it can even be better. However, I have very serious doubts that Boox has done that, because they have never done that previously, but I would love to be proven wrong, because Go 10.3, in my opinion, is an important device, especially if you add the Android 15 and the addition of the front light. So that in itself is a really, really good thing. Pairing it with the active stylus doesn't make any sense at all, so I would genuinely love to be proven wrong that the Go 10.3 doesn't have a smooth screen surface and it's not slippery, and that the InkSense Plus has been severely worked on and it's now revamped and is on par with the Remarkable Paper Pro's active styli. So that's basically my hopes, and that would need to kind of happen for this to work. If it's the same type of, InkSense Plus that we've seen on the Go 7 series and it performs that way, then that's going to be a very, very severe problem for the Go 10.3 Gen 2. I'm interested to hear your opinion on all of this, and I'm genuinely interested to hear, do you care about the InkSense Plus or not? And what are the most important aspects of these devices? Because realistically we got 3 of them, which is Android 15, front light, and the InkSense Plus. So out of those 3, which are the important ones, or are there any other aspects in here that you are kind of interested in? So please do let me know in the comments down below so that we can have a productive and constructive discussion. As for the device, I have been in contact with Boox and I will be receiving a review device. I don't know which one yet. Is it going to be a front lit or non-front lit version? We will see, but I don't have a firm date on when that's arriving. However, as usual, when it arrives, I'll make videos and you'll be able to see them. And yes, and then we're gonna put it to its tests as well and see how it compares to the Go 10.3 OG. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye.